Hey guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to pre-aim or all the crosshair placements for all of Split. So this map is very nice. No, it's not. It's pretty trash. What am I saying? It's the crosshair placements aren't that bad though. So like for here, basically, we want to pre-aim this right here because they can always peek this early on. If they're not here, you could just kind of slowly look up. You can also hold this, by the way, from the start of the round, so you don't really need to peek it. You can just hold it. This is something you need to hold though. Make sure you're of course at headshot level. You don't need to clear this left corner unless you didn't start here. So if you did start here, then you're fine. But if you're rotating toward B, you probably want to clear this. People never clear that, and I always try to sit there. So next, we're going to want to be careful of this right here, because people do like to sit on here. Also, they can be right here. So let me show you what that looks like. People can be like this right here, or like this. So you don't need to. You just need to check this area, because if they're there, then you're gonna see them there. You can you could try to place crosshair here and then just flick up if they're not in the head glitch. They can also be in this corner, which is one that I play with the shotgun sometimes. So then here, we're just gonna slowly clear like this, as you can see. So when I walk up here, I'm just kind of waiting. I'm kind of chilling here, waiting to make sure that no one's peeking from backside or default. And then if no one's peeking, then I'm checking up here real quick and making sure there's no one over in this whole area. And then I come back to make sure I don't get shot in the back of the head from heaven. So now I'm gonna check heaven like this, and I'm just gonna kind of either from here we can either walk across. This is pretty normal, which is probably what you want to do most of the time. But another play you can do, because say I clear this, and then I clear heaven, and then I'm walking out. They could be backside, but we don't mind that right now. Also, I have spike, so don't mind that too much. So from here we can clear CT. And then usually from here, I'll just go hell and just kind of sit hell. So I'll just sit like this somewhere. You can sit really anywhere in hell. It's a pretty good spot. So if we're gonna come out from here, again, we clear heaven and clear all this. Now we're just kind of walking up. If you're playing duelist, you probably can go faster, but what we want to clear is rafter, back side corner, and then behind box. So this is pretty standard people to sit. Rafter is also pretty standard. Heaven and CT as well, so hopefully you have some smokes, but if you don't, you don't need to clear a CT because you're going to get the spike down. So that's really about it for this. If we want to go this way again, yeah, I don't think we need to push CT, but I'll do it a little bit here. So this is kind of what I'd be looking at. It's kind of what I'd be looking at. So then you're going to go mid and then come mid to B. So there's two ways you can actually attack mid. I'm gonna drop the spike right here. You can either come from here or from sewer side. Actually, coming from sewer side is very good for your team. Just because, or it's not good necessarily for it's good for your team if your whole team's coming market, but it's just good to do in general because whenever you're holding mid from here, you're almost always gonna expect them to come from market. So if someone comes from here, you're gonna have to flick, right? And you have a good chance to catch them unless you make noise sewers, but don't do that. So first thing you want to clear here is right here, because technically they can walk up like this, and they can't be all the way out here yet if you're starting here. So kind of clear like this, and then slowly clear here. You can also just wide swing, place your crosshair in the middle and like flick to either side. But normally I would clear it. I would just throw a flash and clear. But we're talking about all the pre-aims. So this is what you'd pre-aim here, and then here. And also they can come from B heaven. They can be running out like this, so be keeping that in mind here as you clear this. Just expect someone to be here, and then here I usually don't walk to the right. I usually walk up to the left like this and toward this corner. I'm just holding here. You always want to clear this corner, and here I'm kind of again just waiting for someone to peek from vents. Usually you want to try to get a smoke down here. If you can't get a smoke, fine, but if you don't have a smoke, you're just gonna have to put your attention into heaven and not worry about that. So here, I clear here and then make sure there's no one peeking from either side. And then it's really crucial to clear this corner. If you're not clearing that corner, you're going to die to judge a lot. It's going to be frustrating. And also, if you clear it and there's still a judge, then you might want to tell your team to run because it's kind of a death trap. So if you clear this here, you're walking up, I would come to the left like this, make sure there's no one here. Because on defense, a little bonus, this spot is broken to play and defend heaven. So there's that. And then here, you can clear your rope, although it's quite rare. You do want to clear rafter though, because you'll find that people sit here some of the time. So Next, we're probably gonna want to preempt this because people will sit up there. So I'm going like this in case they're there, and then here, here, and then you can't see the player until like right here. So if they're gonna sit in that corner, like this. So other than that, now we're just kind of waiting again, and hopefully this is smoked or slowed or something. So from here, we want to clear pillar toward B main. We really want to clear hell, all of hell, and I usually walk out rafter. You can check under you. Backside, pillar, and default box are all gonna mainly just pillar and like push here or here. Those are gonna be the main things that you want to hold and place your crosshair on. This is a good spot to sit whenever you're attacking, just kind of sitting here and waiting, because people, whenever they come up, they're usually, their brain's kind of turned off and they're not like trying to clear this. So if you're coming down CT, just make sure, because you're going down a ramp, so make sure your crosshair's placement's good. So now we're gonna go to sewer side. You can hear my cat Felix. So if we're pushing mid, I generally almost always start here. This is a really good spot. You can come up. You don't need to make noise. But here, now we're, instead of clearing this side first, you're going to be clearing toward heaven first. So you want to clear like this, just this spot right here, because they can be sitting right here, just like holding sewer, which some higher rank players will do. So you go like this, and then also they can be here, so, you know, place your crosshair however you'd like. And then now we're just going to slowly peek out, because from here, if you have no teammates, they can also be out mid. So just kind of slowly clear left side, right, and then again I'm gonna walk up on the left just because it's a little more beneficial for like, so if you walk up over here, you're exposing yourself to more angles right here, all of that. So if you come here, all you need to worry about is here, and then also just the swing. Hopefully you don't get flashed in the swing, but yeah. So now here, clearing this again, and we're just gonna clear all the same things. But now I'm gonna go into vents since we haven't gone into vents yet. So I always clear here first. Obviously you want to make sure that you know, you're aware of heaven, but clear this left side, and then here you kind of just swing. You can, one thing you have to worry about is right here. So people will never preempt this, so if you're on defense, this is a god spot, but you probably will want to preempt this. So you clear this here, and then check here, make sure they're not on the ropes, you know. So whenever you're coming to vents, you need to clear this corner. It's the same for this other side. You need to clear this corner, because whenever I play defense, I sit here a lot like this and just kind of wait, because I know people won't clear it. So you can just jump in, look down, and then obviously whether you make noise or not is up to you. So here we're kind of just clearing all of heaven. One thing you could do is clear this corner, make sure there's no one there. Checking CT, walking up, clearing the corner, and then from here I'm just gonna go over onto A main, because this is where we're headed. So A main, again, the placements aren't too bad. Actually, toward A site, they're actually probably the hardest in the whole map, but it's not that hard. So here, you're gonna want to check here, hold this for maybe like a few seconds, just see if someone's gonna push, because the barrier is like right here on defense, so they can like walk up as soon as the round starts. And aggressive players will definitely do that. So you want to kind of just place your crosshair here. There's no one there. You can check right side of vents or ramps, and then check to the left. They can't be here, so don't have to worry about that. So it'll look like this: right side, left side, and then I usually place my crosshair ramps. I just keep it there. And now here, the first thing that we're gonna want to look at is probably gonna be heaven, but they can also be like down here. Usually you're not gonna be peaked from there though. Usually you're gonna be peaked from up here. So I'll go ramp first, and then I'll go site. So here there's gonna be a potential for someone to be flower pod, so I'm clearing like that, slowly clearing screens here. So screens here, close, and then I'm walking up. I usually jump up on this ledge. You always want to be, careful of this box. So be like this. They can also be just behind the box. Oh my god, you just want to jump up on this usually. You could spam this, you don't need to. Here, slowly clearing everything. And from here, you know, you want to check, see if there's anyone vents, and then clear again to the left. And then now we're in spawn. This is a power play. So if we can get to here, you don't want to push too hard, but if you can get some kills, dismiss out, dash away, that's what you want to do. See, like my skin's, why is it? You guys noticed that my skin's a different color. I did it on this map before as well. It's so weird. It's okay. If we're coming out main, make sure we clear heaven, lower, flower pot, here, screens, elbow, here and close. And now we're just kind of walking up. So when we walk up, again, we want to careful heaven. Hopefully you have a smoke here and here, because that's going to make this job a lot easier. But if you don't, make sure you're looking between heaven and screens. And then you're going to want to kind of just like peek this. See, my crosshair isn't actually on any specific one. It's prepared to shoot either of these corners. So I usually peek it like this and then just like try to flick on them. And if there's no one, then first you want to clear here, then here, and then I usually check flower pot and then check here. So because flower pot is a pretty common cheese spot, you just kind of check it, and then this is also a pretty common cheese spot. They can also be behind here if you haven't, because you can't see it. So from here, so most of the time I'll usually, instead of like clearing, the only places you haven't seen yet are like really close right here and then behind here. So if you say I didn't clear sight, and you can go screens, or you can clear sight. You can clear this corner, and if you can get to here, this is going to be probably the best spot you can get to. You can also peek spawn. It's dangerous, of course, so it's a duel, but a lot of time people won't even have their guns out, so go for that. You can sit here as well. And if you want to clear sight, you can just wrap elbow like this. Slowly clear all of them, clear the corner in case they reposition. So yeah, that's going to be just about it though. I know a lot of you guys really wanted this guide, or these guides, more of these guides, so if you guys do want more like this, comment below. Comment I want more pre-aim guides or crosshair placement guides for other maps. And yeah, join my Discord, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.